A little bit of familiarity between these two teams who were both technically members of the America East Conference between 2010 and 2013. Four seasons. Providence was an associate member in volleyball, the America East. Coach Royer Johnson mentioning that because of that, she has a little bit more institutional knowledge of Glenn Kiriyama and his group than otherwise they might have, being non-conference opponents these days. Out of the State University of New York in Binghamton. Hit goes long, and all of a sudden, this is a one-point game. This is crunch time and can be incredibly deflating if the Bearcats cough this one up after having a huge lead, not just early, but in the mid-portion of this set as well. Bumped up, set towards the near side, off a hit from Nelson, got a touch, and we are tied up at 21 each. Barber just distributing all day and all night. For Nelson that time, Taylor comes out of nowhere to make that dig. Rail did a good job with a powerful shot from the other side, and then a second one from Binghamton to regain the lead. So PC led 1-0 in this set. That was their only lead. Excuse me, they had a lead also at 4-2. But since then, it has been all Binghamton, who now comes back themselves with 2 straight points. Set up by the serving of Carly Powell. Taylor made the call on the serve that it would be out, and she was correct. Kenzie Taylor out of Holbrook, New York. One of the best liberos in the Big East. Was a 2-time captain at, forgive me when I mispronounce, Connetquot High School. Offense coming through. Anna Spries now. Coach Kiriyama switching things up. Going to the outside hitter, or listed as a middle hitter, but playing on the outside. Clipped the tape on that one, and this is a set point now for the Bearcats. Barber travels a long distance to Roden. Roden kept it inside the line. Rail had a good look at it that time, and this one pounded down the line and in. It's Stefana Stan in what was a fairly dominant second set for the Bearcats. They take it by a score of 25-22, so we're evened up at 1 set apiece. Make sure to stick around here as we head to break and check out the Providence College volleyball team, again discussing what it means to them to be a part of the continuing legacy of 50 years of women's athletics here at Providence College.
Every day, being a part of women's sports, it's truly a blessing.
What it means to me to continue the legacy, it means the world, honestly.
I think for me is being part of something that's bigger than myself.
50th year of sports at Providence College to me just means that during a time where women's sports is being recognized more, it's a blessing and honestly an amazing opportunity to be able to be a role model.
To represent women's sports here at PC is honestly just amazing. Just to have the opportunity to carve a path out for the young athletes and women that are coming into Providence College is probably the most important part to me.
I feel like I'm a part of something so much bigger than myself. When I'm out there, even if I'm getting certain statistics, I know it reflects
really well on everybody who's putting in all the effort behind the scenes, like my lift coaches, like Coach Nat and Jill.
The most important part of it for me is being part of a community that of just such hardworking young women every day in and day out, no matter how tough it gets. It's really the relationships that make the biggest impact, and I think that being able to be surrounded by such motivated young women is truly a blessing. And from years of playing volleyball, I think that's my biggest take from it.
I love this community so much, and just to like play my favorite sport with like my favorite girls is honestly just amazing, and it's truly something I'll always remember and love to do.
It just makes me feel really proud to be a Friar.
Back here in Providence, thanks for being with us here on Flow Sports. We've got a good one for you here as part of the 16th annual Friar Volleyball Classic. The host Friars finding themselves in a more than 3-set match. I haven't seen a ton of on-court adversity just yet this season. Riding the 7-game winning streak, their longest since 2017, into the day. 4 straight matchups here on this court today. Saw St. Peter's beat Fairleigh Dickinson on this court earlier. That was St. Peter's first win this season. Congrats to them in 4 sets. Got these two on the court now. Binghamton and St. Peter's then will play immediately following the conclusion of this one. And then the nightcap, the 6th and final match here of the 2-day Friar Volleyball Classic, will be the host Friars against Fairleigh Dickinson. Those two teams played each other up at UNH last Friday, so 8 days ago. It was a 3-set sweep for the Friars in that one. No such results in this one, as we'll be playing at least 4 sets. Providence taking the opening set 25-16, but then dropping set number 2 25-22. Pass not in a great location for Boyle to attack there, but a thundering ball comes off some arms and out of bounds off the Bearcats sideline for a Providence first point. Boyle back for the service. PC hitting 188 to this point in the match. Binghamton now hitting 162, so the teams somewhat evenly matched through 2 sets. Assists, 23-22, just about even. Kills, 26-23, slightly in favor of Providence College. Straight line on the pass coming from Lamacchia on the reception of the service. Block attempt for the Bearcats goes OB. And it's 2-1. Kiara Adams setting it up for Stan, who absolutely pulverizes this one, made a dent in the court. No chance for Lamacchia to get low and get that one. Seems like SUNY Binghamton would be apt to keep working the offense through Stan. An impressive young player, the sophomore who was selected as part of the all-rookie team in the America East in the spring. Gedalia plops it off of Nelson, who had a bewildered look on her face after that point. And Gedalia get credit for the kill. Serving streak right now for Adams. And the effort from Gedalia, but unable to keep it alive, is the graduate student out of Belo Horizonte, Brazil. Gedalia injured as a sophomore, not a ton of playing time in her career. Really good to see her out there for some extended time as a graduate student. Currently, Belo Horizonte, about a 6.5-hour drive north of Rio. 6th largest city in Brazil, about 2.7 million people or so. Adams to Stan. Stan was slowed down on the defense from the Friars. Taylor popped it up. Now comes for Roden near side. Great angle on that one from Roden, as Powell was unable to adjust and get down low enough to get there. Freshman on freshman crime. That kill for Roden will be her 4th of the match. Roden pops this one up. Now the pass from Barber, and a good pass, short one, sometimes work out best. Another point for Providence College. Seeing Alicia Poksheva here in this 3rd set. Did not call her name in either of the first two. Swiped at by Wilson. Fink with a drive. Dug out by Adams. Stan tried to go finesse. Little defense off the cage. Rail couldn't keep it in the air. And the Friars now extending it out to a 7-3 lead behind the service from Poksheva. Defensive specialist out of Parsippany, New Jersey. Stan on the long pass. Good pass, and it seemed to be in a good hitting spot for Stan to follow through with, but she goes too long. She was looking for a touch, but there was no such there. Poksheva, spinner, with an interesting rotation that will not stay in bounds. 8-4 the score here in this 3rd set. Taylor tried to keep that one along, and it ends up off the great adjustment. I think the pass, check out this pass again, right along the net. Barber, so much experience doing what she does. First team all Big East in the spring for Allison Barber. 362 assists to lead the team in just the 10 matches for the Friars in the spring. Went 7-3, 5-3 in the Big East, and made their first Big East tournament since 1999. Powell clipped off the front line. Barber with the behind the back pass for Fink, and Fink didn't like what was the result. Barber, a starter since her freshman year. Nearly 10.5 assists per set here in the early going. Fink from the middle this time. Gets a touch of the ball and a kill as she comes out. And Benson checks in, who goes back to serve. Fink with her 6th kill. Some good offensive depth and distribution as far as hitters go on the Providence side right now. They've got 5 killers with 5 attackers, I should say, with 5 or more kills. Gedalia goes with the changeup, bumped over by Taylor. Another opportunity from the Friars. It's Marianne Boyle again. Popped back up. First hit unsuccessful coming from Barber, who is, of course, a setter. And then Marianne Boyle smoked that one through. Boyle, the sophomore out of Black Lake, Ohio, a small unincorporated community right in the middle of Ohio, Metro Columbus. Currently leading the Friars offense right now. 8 kills for the sophomore, hitting .667, has no attacking errors. She's got an ace as well and 3 digs. She has been the star and clearly enjoying being the star as well. Had 9 kills last night. Tied for second most on the team in that win against St. Peter's. I mentioned during the run of play prior to this timeout, the Friars made it to the Big East tournament for the first time this century. First time since 1999. We're the number 2 seed in the East Division of the Big East, but of course had to withdraw due to COVID-related issues. So the last time they were able to play in the postseason was 1999. It would be, I'm sure, beyond exciting for this group to get back to the postseason this year after what happened in the spring. And since 2013, just 4 teams make the Big East tournament. It was a 7-3 spring, a .700 winning percentage for the Friars after going 6-25 and 1-17 in the Big East in 2019. Barber on the short pass for Roden. Roden didn't need to unleash the gun on that one. Had enough trickery involved to clip it off the defense. Gotta love the offense and the action, the motion coming from the Friars, disguising where the offense may came from. Friars opening up their largest lead at now 9 points. Setting up for the outside hitter, Powell. Running up against the stands was Poksheva. Nearly able to get there, but not quite. Adelia on the service for the Bearcats. Straight up and over. Great decision from Barber. Second time she's gone to the dump and she's been successful with each. So a second kill for Allison. The first team all Big East setter from a season ago. Would expect her to be the favorite to be on the all-conference team again this season, as we got a little bit of confusion with Coach Kiriyama's substitutes, hence the slight delay here. In comes Victoria Irwat, and Emma Rainville also makes an appearance. Gedalia heads out, as does Kiara Adams, who is the primary setter for this group. And now, so getting Rainville some work here late in the set, and a rattle around ball. A little bit of luck, but the Friars making it themselves in some ways. Opening up now a 10-point lead as we take another look. What a dig from Mackenzie Taylor, who just seems to get to every ball. Had 125 digs to lead the team in the spring. Also led the team as a freshman with 444 digs that season. Senior, I mentioned, had 15 digs to lead the team in the win last night. Benson, a little bit long, but another punch forward from Barber. Good recognition by Barber to sense the longer pass from Benson off the back row, and instead of needing to set it, she just plops it over for the point. 17-7. Boyle along the sideline made a interesting reaction to it, and I think she was basically saying that, hey, maybe you shouldn't have played that. As Stan made the choice to do so along the far sideline. Stan, short pass from Rainville, who just checked in, and she's going to calculate her first assist. Emma Rainville, the junior from Castleton, New York. Led the team in assists in the spring with 220, had 19 plus assists in each of her 7 starts. Out of Columbia High School, was the captain of the volleyball team there, also played basketball. An 11-point lead, the largest at any point in this match for Providence College. So adjustments made from Coach Royer Johnson here in this third set after dropping the second set. Powell with a sinker. Short pass and the great 1-2 connection from Barber to Rudick. Rudick out of Austin, Texas. Came into the day with 44 kills, good for 5th on the club. Making an important and noticeable contribution in her return to the lineup. And the overpass that time, an easy touchdown to the floor as Providence College is sailing along here in this third set. 2 straight kills from Sasha. Floater, Rail elects to play it late. Free ball here for the Friars. Boom. That's Rudick. Again, 3 straight for Sasha. The Providence bench is up. The Providence faithful is up right now. 22-8. Behind the serving of Allison Barber right now. Attack coming from Irwat for the Bearcats. Off the front line, a decent effort from Emily Rail, who had a career-high 19 digs against St. Francis of Brooklyn back last weekend in that 5-set heartbreaker for the Bearcats. Rail also had 14 digs against Fairleigh Dickinson last night to lead the team, electing to let that one go, and that's going to be an ace for Barber. And now a set point for Providence College. Deep. Rail's got to play it. Powell with the bump pass over for Stan. Barber, where's she going to go with it? Goes behind looking for Fink. And that's going to do it. A dominant third set from Providence College. 25-8 in the third frame to take a 2-1 lead. We're going to take a quick break here from Providence. We'll bring you back for the 4th set coming up after this. You're watching Providence College Volleyball here on Flow Sports. Back here at the 16th annual Friar Volleyball Classic. 2-1 lead for the home team. Took the first set 25-16, dropped the second 25-22, and then dominated in the third set 25-8. Providence College hitting .620 in that third set. 19 kills to just 5 for the Bearcats. Just about as lopsided as you'll see in any given set. Expect a bounce back effort here from the Bearcats in the fourth. Omakia on the opening service here of the fourth set. Providence looking for an infraction on the Binghamton offense. Powell straight into the net. Makia goes towards Stan with that service. Powell has to wait in place for that pass. Nelson on the attack for Providence College. Defense was in good position for the Bearcats, and then they turned it into offense. Teams trading points to begin this fourth set. Setting up Boyle. This one too long, and luckily for Benson, did not touch that one. Boyle now for the service. Nelson with a howitzer, doesn't get through. Benson, back over for Nelson. Nelson just trying to place it into an open spot in the defense. Stan got that one with her palm. Short set, and this one is in. Short set from Barbara to Rudick. That 1-2 punch has worked out well, especially late in this match. Early and then late again. Rudick now the first Friar with double-digit kills. That was her 10th. Block attempt, heads back on the Bearcats side. Lamakia got her shovel out in the back row for the Friars. Short set from Adams that time. Bumped on 2 there by Rail. 3 is over from Stan. Short behind the back looking for Rudick again. Lamakia pops it back up for Nelson. Good dig from Powell. This will be a free ball here for PC. 1, 2, back for Rudick. 3 green jerseys there defensively. And then Boyle just trying to go back row. Sends it too long. 3-2 the score here, fourth set. It's going to be a quick turnaround for the Bearcats, who play at the short end of the stick. They're going to play back-to-back matches here this afternoon on this floor. Always ends up happening to one team with these early season invitational tournaments. And it will be Binghamton that's got to play back-to-back. They will finish off against St. Peter's. Trying to mount a comeback, though, against the host Friars now, as Anna Spry's punched it forward. Another one of the 4 Bearcats who has started all 8 of their matches now. Spry's had a good spring. Started every match in the spring as well. Led the team in blocks with 33. Hit nearly 250 on the season. Was 9th in the America East in hitting percentage. Gedalia with the no rotation on the ball serve. Fink, power drive. Adams travels to get there on the pass, and then my bad, says Barber, as she got a little chicken wing there. And Gedalia looks to continue the run. Set up for an absolute gun from Emma Nelson. Nelson, a second-team All-Big East selection from the spring. Take a look at this one again. Nelson with the reception from Barber on the pass. Nelson third on the team in kills coming into the day. Led the team in kills in the spring with 128. Rail received that serve. Stan walks into this one. Two-woman defense there from the Friars up in the front row. Set up for Fink, who clips it off the block for the point. Pokshava at a Morris Catholic high school. Was a three-time captain in high school. One of those rare three-time captains. Stan in place, makes it work. Stefana Stan, the all-rookie selection in America East. Standing flat-footed, got that one to work. She's now got 12 kills. That is a match high. 35 total attacks for Stan. Nobody else has any more than 24. Nobody on the Bearcats side has any more than 20. We got a brief timeout here on the floor. The referees having a discussion, and they're going to overturn this one. So a little bit of confusion on the floor. Now there's some mopping to be done on the Binghamton side as well, but the bigger point of contention being the reversal of the previous point. So it's going to be considered an attacking error now against Stan. And so Providence gets the ball back with a 7-4 advantage here in the fourth set. Adams with the flail to keep that one alive. Bounce back over, overpass, and the Friars can't handle it. It's a bit of a mistimed jump that time from Rudick. Not this time, though. Rudick makes up for it with some thunder of her own. Eight to 5, the score here in the fourth set. Rail up against the net. Adams, great pass to go all the way far side, horizontal to the cage. Real good look from Adams. Take another look. Boom. Bam. And then ends up chicken winging Pokshava on the back end of that one. Low serve doesn't get over the net. Coach Royer Johnson talking about how her group has really learned how to play together during this opening portion of the season, where they have won 8 of their first 9 and 7 straight. Learning how to win as a team. For the competition gets stronger when Big East Conference play begins in now less than 2 weeks. Providence gets that point too, 10-6. As Stan hit it into the net. Friars running this 5-1 offense that they run. Going through Allison Barber just about each and every time. Defense from Shalia Roden, and a timeout is called by Binghamton. We're going to take a quick timeout along with them. We'll step aside, bring you back for the end of the fourth set coming up after this here on Flow Sports. Couple of different good responses in this matchup. One coming from Binghamton in the second set after dropping the first one pretty handily. And then the counter punch coming from PC in the third set, although they started to swing the tide a little bit later on in that second set, closed what was an 8-point lead down to 2 and then tied it up at 21. Before the Bearcats closed out that second set, but then domination in the third set, 25-8 from Providence. Try to continue that process here in this fourth set. But as expected, Binghamton with a little bit of a bounce back effort again themselves. Roden, the recipient of this pass. Gedalia punched at and kept alive there by Taylor, and the Friars end up with the point. Great effort play there by Mackenzie Taylor. Their coach called her the defensive leader on the court. She said she really works hard to get whatever she wants. She said she was never the most talented kid, but has made herself into our best defensive player because of her drive. Seen that on display on that previous point. And several times throughout Taylor's career, who's now a senior, that PC looks like they may be down and out of a point until she gets her hands on it, keeps it alive as she touches it here on the pass for Nelson. And Nelson, a little bit too much air underneath that hit. Powell is the server for the Bearcats. Taylor off the fingertips. Powell lined it up well. Powell, of course, getting that pass in this 5-1 offense from Allison Barber, and Barber recording her 37th assist on that Friar point. Stan with a little flopper. Adams, bump set. Gedalia goes down the line and she missed. Stacking error from the Brazilian. Off the line, Boyle with the service. Spinning ball, unable to be handled, an ace for Boyle. Marianne records her third ace of this match. Her and Barber with a match high 3. Boyle goes to the middle deep this time. Gedalia on the hit. Can't get it through the Friar defense. Hit comes now from Barber. Rail sets it up for Gedalia again. Gedalia going deep into the back row and then punched at off the overpass as Stan collected that, knew exactly what to do with it. Wilson. Here's Nelson now, blocking, sent out of bounds. (16-11). Working our way through the mid part of this fourth set. Friars looking to close out the Bearcats on match 2 of day 2 here at the Friar Volleyball Classic. Providence hoping to go to 2-0 on the tournament. They would be the first team to do so if they can convert either here in this set or in the 5th. Free ball chance here for Binghamton. Stan wanted it. Instead it goes to Spries. And Providence not privy to where the attack may have been coming from. And Coach Royer Johnson had seen enough. Timeout is called by Providence College as things tighten up here in the 4th. 16-13 now the score. Just a reminder about the remainder of the schedule here today. Fairleigh Dickinson and St. Peter's played earlier. St. Peter's came out with their first win of the season. This matchup we're witnessing now is the second of a quadruple header here on the campus of Providence College. Binghamton will be right back at it, as I mentioned, against St. Peter's. That one's slated for a 3:30 start time, so obviously that will not happen as we approach 3:45 here in the East Coast. And then what was supposed to be a 5:30 start time between Fairleigh Dickinson and Providence College will undoubtedly be a little bit later. As is tradition, these tournaments tend to run into one another a little bit as they go along. Gedalia on the service. Turnaround adjustment from Rudick. Adams to Stan. Driven off of the defensive backline, Lamacchia. Service back for Gedalia. It flopped up and off the tape, and an ace for Gedalia. So a lot of guts shown right now by the Bearcats, who have now taken 5 of the last 6 points. It was a 15-10 PC lead, and now it's 16-15. Got kills from Gedalia, Spries, and Stan, and then an ace from Gedalia. And Providence finally ends the run. That's Rudick, the beneficiary of the Barber pass. Pocheva aiming it at Emily Rail. Stan wound it up nicely. Wonderful dig to place that into a good position for Roden to make a second pass on 2. And Mackenzie Taylor had a little bit of a touch there. It was Pocheva who was going for it. Neither of whom could get enough on the ball to keep it alive. 17-16 here, crucial point. It's back to Rudick. We've seen Marianne Boyle play a big role offensively for Providence in this game, but it seems like Rudick right now in these most crucial instances has been where the offense has gone through. Barber will calculate a dig. Roden puts it off of Adams in the front row, and so Roden gets another kill. That's going to be her 8th. Just 2 errors for Shalia. Taylor on the service. Powell goes too long. And Providence College, the first team to get to 20, and that is going to trigger a timeout. Timeout called by Coach Glenn Kiriyama. The 4-point edge for the Friars, 5 points away from winning their 8th straight. Trying to extend that winning streak, and they will look to do it again later on when they host Fairleigh Dickinson for the second time, or not going to host them, but they're going to play them for the second time in just over a week's span. Saw them last Friday night. Beat the Knights 25-15, 25-19, 25-20. Still a little bit of work to do, though, in this one against SUNY Binghamton. Bearcats have shown a lot of fortitude and guts here in this one. This is the second time, really, it's been the odd numbered sets that have been an issue for Binghamton. The even ones, they've been much better. Winning the second, and then a strong showing here in the 4th. And they could have easily just gone away in somebody else's gym, and having a poor performance put forth in that 3rd set. They have really righted the ship. Certainly hasn't been perfect here in the 4th set, but it's much improved in comparison to that 3rd. Barber off the offense, one of our longer volleys, and the defense coming. That was Boyle, who extended those arms defensively. Had the touch there, and it's going to come back over before she made the offensive play. It looks for like an overpass, little joust at the net between Boyle and Adams. Adams looking in the direction of Powell on the attack. And the Friars having some solid reads coming off these hitters as well. It was something that Coach Royer Johnson mentioned to me that this team worked on in practice this week. It was defensively reading hitters, and it seems to have contributed to this game here now. Certainly appear to be reading hitters pretty well over these last few sets specifically. Easy touchdown for Anna Spries, junior from Pittsburgh. Rail towards the back. It was Pokshiva. Boyle lined it up nicely. Into the air from Gedalia. Basically a free ball here for Providence College. Setting up Fink, who drills it through and is going to set up a match point for Providence College. Benson will serve for the match. A spinner. Stan to Adams, looking for Taylor, and Taylor can't get it over on 3, and that is going to do it. Providence College is going to win the 4th set, and as a result, they're going to win the match, which is their 8th straight win. They win this one, final score of 25-16, 25-22, or 22-25, I should say, 25-8. And 25-17 in a losing effort, a real good effort from Stefana Stan, who had 13 kills. Bearcats also got 9 from Powell and Spries, but in the win, 3 different players in double digits offensively. Rudick, Boyle, and Fink leading the way for the Friars. 41 assists coming from Allison Barber, who also had 13 digs. It was a 22 dig effort defensively from Mackenzie Taylor to lead the way defensively for Providence in this win. Binghamton is going to play its 2nd straight match as they try to bounce back and close out their Friar Volleyball Classic on a high note against St. Peter's in about 45 minutes time. The Friars, meanwhile, will play in the nightcap coming up, scheduled for a 5:30 start time.